Hey everyone, Black 6 back here from BZPower with another set review. Today we have got the Lego House 4000010. I think those are the right zeros. This is technically part of the architecture series. So you can see that it is actually being built in Billund, Denmark. Comes in at 250 pieces, ages 10 and up. I do not know the retail price, and if I did, it would probably be in Danish kroners, since it is only available in the city of Billund, Denmark at special retail stores. You can see that this is a special edition set. On the front, we've kind of have what we expect to see in most of the architecture sets. Nice, simple black box, but you can kind of see some of the details of the blueprints here. In addition to the fact that this is a very special set in its availability, it is, I believe, the first architecture set to feature a minifig. In this case, pretty straightforward white minifig, white body with a shirt that says Lego House on it. Let's look at the other side. Nothing too exciting there. On the back, we see a little bit more about the Lego House in two languages. I'm going to guess the other one is Danish. So this is actually a house that is currently, or not a house, it's a work facility currently being built in Denmark for Lego. So you can see some kind of concept sketches of what it's going to be like. It looks like it's going to be really incredible and fancy. And it is interesting that this picture here shows all sorts of color on that, yet the model itself is all white. But we see here a top-down view of the model. So let's open up the box and see what we've got inside. So these have a pretty nice resealable box. Definitely want to hang on to it for collectibility. So we've got a large bag, a medium bag, and a small bag. We've got several base plates. Looks like we've got four 8x8 black base plates. And we've got a long 2x, I don't know, what is this, 2x16 black plate. And we have the instructions, which are very nicely bound here. So you can see it has the same image on the front. Fortunately, due to shipping from Denmark, it's become a little messed up on the edge there. And on the back, we see that same image. Let's take a quick flip through. So we've got a little information about the creation of the Lego house and what the purpose of it is. Some information about Billund, the city where the Lego house is going to be located. Some ideas behind the architecture. So it's much more than a normal instruction manual would be. Some background on Lego in general and the Lego play. Definitely going to have to take some time to read all this forward through at some point. Some facts about the Lego house. It's going to be 12,000 square meters and will open in 2016. So if you're planning a trip to Denmark to see it, wait until then. So we've got the instructions here, and then the parts listing at the end. We can see that this is primarily all white and black, with some transparent pieces and a couple of others thrown in there. Alright, so enough about the instructions. Let's take a closer look at the parts. So I'm trying something a little different this time around for sorting the pieces and showing them off to you guys. I got these nice little trays here. Should work out pretty well for a set like this because there's not a lot of variety in the set. So in here we've got a small selection. This is the smallest bag. Mainly tiles in here. So we've got a 1x2 white, 1x3 white, 2x2 white, 1x1 clear, 1x1 gray, and a 1x1 round plate in brown. That's that bag. Next bag, we've got mainly plates and tiles, so some 1x4s, 1x3s, 2x2s. I think there was a jumper tile. Yeah, I got a gray jumper tile in here. Some nice little flower pieces. We got the hair piece for the minifig. Take a closer look at him later. Other than that, nothing too exciting. And in the last bag, we've got the Lego house torso. So you can see it doesn't just say Lego house, it actually has some little printing on there. And on the back it has the Lego logo. Some 4x8 black plates. Some basic bricks in white. You know, you've got 2x2, 2x3, 2x4. Some 1x8, some different size black tiles. One of these, though, was really cool because it actually is printed with Lego house, so that's nice. Some 1x2 trans clear bricks. You know, just a basic kind of assortment of bricks for an architecture set. This is actually the first architecture set I've built, so I can't really compare it to them, but it seems kind of par for the course. They like to use a lot of basic bricks to get the job done. So enough of the bricks, let's get building. And here we've got the final set in its completed glory. Just start by looking at the minifig. So the stand is not included. This is just, you know, from one of the collectible minifigures I've got. Basic yellow head and hands. Not a basic smiley face, but it's pretty simple as far as minifig heads go. No printing on the back. Pretty basic brown hairpiece. As you can see, it says the Lego house on there really clearly. He's got a little kind of collar there and some lines. I guess maybe the shirt's supposed to be tucked in or something. Of course, it does mean you can't take the minifig and use it with a flesh tone head. You can't use the body with that since there's yellow printing on there. On the back, it simply has the Lego logo. So this is probably one of the big draws of this set, is the collectability of this minifig, since it is only going to be available from this set. And most of the other pieces are pretty basic. So I think if you wanted to build this set, with the exception of the minifig and the printed tile, you could probably you know, buy the parts off Bricklink or even Lego Pick-a-Brick for pretty cheap. There's only 250 parts, so the you know, the draw here is the whole collectability nature, you know, with the nice instruction book and the box and the minifig. So this definitely isn't a set you buy for the parts. That said, it is a really cool looking set, and you definitely learn a lot about the building while you're building the set. So one thing I noticed is that, you know, you got these holes in here, and at least from a building perspective, this is like kind of empty space. You can kind of see down there. So I kind of get the feeling that there's going to be a kind of open courtyard or atrium in the middle here. And they have different groups working in each of the different sections, and they'll be able to, you know, go from one section to another by going through the courtyard. There's a lot of trans clear bricks used in the core to kind of get it to hold it all up and give it that effect of kind of the floating nature. There's a lot of cantilevered parts on here. So it looks like it's going to be a really awesome building to work in. I need to find an excuse to get myself out to Denmark once this is finished, so I can check it out for myself. I got some nice little trees on the back side. Interesting that it's all going to be surrounded, I guess, in concrete or cement, indicated by the gray. I would have thought, you know, Lego trying to be very green would go for some more landscaping, but you know, this is just kind of a preliminary design perhaps, so who knows what the final thing will look like. One thing that didn't kind of come across to me looking at the instructions was just the sheer amount of tiles in this set. You know, there are no studs showing except for the 2x4 brick on the top and the studs for the trees. So that's kind of really interesting to note, that it is trying to capture, I guess, the actual aesthetic of the building by not having any studs visible. So it does mean there's a lot of tile work, and so it kind of gets a little tedious during the building process. There's nothing too exciting since it's all pretty much studs up and then put tiles on top of the studs. Although some of the cantilever parts are interesting, and you do get to kind of get a good sense of how things go together. It was a fun build. It's you know, it looks, as you can see from here, it's really not that tall of a set. I mean, compared, if this was a minifig was to scale the building, he'd be like a Godzilla rampaging through Tokyo here. So it's not that tall, but it is nice square space. And actually, let's see, it does not fit in the box, so that's kind of unfortunate. You might be able to squeeze it in, but it would be nice if you could kind of use the box for storage when you don't have it displayed, if you want to, transport it or keep it from getting too dusty. All in all, though, it's a nice set. Looks like a really interesting building. I'd love to see it in person someday. We'll see if that ever happens. And thanks a lot to LEGO for sending me this to review for you guys. Hope you enjoyed the review. Make sure you check out the full review on BZPower, subscribe to our channel, and visit BZPower for more LEGO news, set reviews, and join our forums for all sorts of discussion about construction and other LEGO themes. Thanks again, guys. Talk to you next time.